The 100th time? I don't know how many World of Core sessions I've deleted by this time.
Will of preservation. 燃えかけ騎士の魂よ。Found. Will of preservation. 燃えかけ騎士の魂よ。
It's the deliverer.
Stay away from Apollonius.
Sadly, all you receive is a remnant of history. And no interference. Just another equally futile echo.
Destined for oblivion. It's time. Lance ablaze. Lance forward. 必ずや勝利を。前。この明かりは。ハイバー。Just a little something. Nothing. 治療感謝します。警戒を待った。経験解放。That's better. Don't worry. It's just a scrape. On the still waters of oblivion. I weep for the departed. It shall fall. Just in time. Just a little something. Nothing. Lance ablaze. Lance forward. Right there. この明かりは。ハイバFree will, or was it destined for oblivion? I'm okay. That's better. 治療感謝します。Lance at the ready. Lance ablaze. Lance forward. Just a little something. Nothing. Nice teamwork. Right. 必ずや勝利をトライクエア。この明かりはハイバー。
I wish more.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
That hurts. Nap time. Just a little something. Nothing else.
Nice teamwork. Another journey begins, destined for oblivion. I'm on guard.
Yes, I knew it. Yay!
Apollonius, look. But I think I can't go any further.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'm glad.
Ah, such an even as the foundation of the world crumbles. During the first Flame Chase journey, the Flame Chase Legion stormed Styxia. Tens of thousands of sea sirens surged from the River of Souls, crashing to the hell before you is the
Apollonius, look. I chased the enemy away.
A painful past, yet hidden beneath a veil of joy. Ah, two discarded data clusters waiting for someone's relive the history, then pass through the temple's what?
Isn't that the deliverer?
What a wretched way to die. The Flame Chase army, devoured by warbling fish. Look, the cruel Imperator and her Knight Commander, the pitiful Warden. What a perfectly matched duo of tests up. Raise the bridge and cross the river of fate. This path of the prisoner is far from over.
Imperator! Imperator! Did you see my gallant deeds, Imperator?
A sovereign and the sword at her side.
Imperator, why did you?
You're here, Dux Gladiorum.
You ordered me to seal the sea route and handle threats from the rear, so why didn't you wait for me to return? Why send the vanguard ahead of—
Die in vain? No, you're wrong.
The trial of law? You never spoke of this to any—
The one who wishes to bear law must purge this world of its curse, and offer the blood of the accursed, as I pondered long on what Talantin meant by blood of the accursed. Then, you, I, and every Chrysos heir summoned by the prophecy are the accursed ones. Just like that arrogant Theoros said, our golden blood is the agent of destruction. The Dux Frigoris, Dux Brumalis, Dux Helcalethist. Their fate was sealed at that moment. Dying on a glorious campaign was the final gift.
You speak as if they didn't die because of your cold-blooded schemes.
Losses are a constant on the Flame Chase journey, among which even life itself holds little value. If a subject marches to war without that conviction, then—
And what about my loyalty, sir? You sent me away under the pretense of guarding the—
Because you still have a duty no one else can bear. Only you can uphold Fagusa's divine authority. The choice is yours now. Cast off the chains of loyalty and drive those blades through my heart. If you no longer share my vision, the Imperator of Amphora, know this. I am ready to sacrifice everything for the ambition to conquer.
Now you've seen it. The brutal Imperator was willing to spill the blood of 500 heroes to complete the trial of law. I'm no storyteller. I have no duty, nor I just want you to witness the monstrous. You've always had a flair for lightening the mood. I gave up on using words to solve conflicts 2,000 years, but I won't squander a chance, not even a sliver of one. If there's even a crack in the walls of York, then my victory is ours. Now that the past is settled, let's turn the page and bring time back and dive deeper still, until we reach the very bottom.
Underwater? I need the Ornix orb to bring back the chrono vessel from...
Shatter the vessel of time, and let this stagnant pool start to flow again. Just like the broken fate of Amphorius. This hidden gate lead. Hurry now. This cruel journey will reach its end at long last.
Stream 4. Isn't that the Deliverer? Stream 4. Lean forward. Isn't that the Deliverer? You finally made it.
Imperator. Imperator. Did you see my gallant deeds, Imperator? Imperator. Imperator. Did you see my gallant deeds?
That's better. Don't worry. It's just a script destined for oblivion. It's time. Lance the blade. Lance, forward! Another blood debt repaid.
Imperator. Imperator. Did you see my gallant deeds, Imperator?
Isn't that the Deliverer? You finally made it.
Is that all?
Finally made it.
Imperator! Imperator! Did you see my gallant deeds, Imperator?
Isn't that the deliverer? Stream forward. Lean old ways. Seek, and you will find.
You've been silent a long while, Dux Gladiorum. Starting to doubt your decision?
Save your breath. The vortex of Fugusa was just... After the trial, there's nothing left between us.
So you'll stop swimming toward the stars, Dux Gladiorum?
I was always a creature of the stars.
Look, a gravestone. It was here that the prisoner, who thinks herself the prison warden, made her witness. Dux Gladiorum. I've lost count of how many times you've stood here.
You talk too much for a prisoner like Kyrgyz.
Two geniuses who defied law and all the Chrysos heirs who sacrificed themselves in this cycle, worked together to chip away my strength. But they, you, can never end as long as my will remains.
Don't get ahead of yourself. I still have ways to chain your divine...
Please, do surprise me. But it was here you gorged out the core flame of ocean from Fugusa's body. It was here you and that Imperator both completed apotheosis, becoming pillars of Emphoria. You drove your blade into her heart, a loyal subject turned regicide, a demigod committing deicide. Or so the history books paint that. Oh, but if that's the truth, then why, after 1,000 years, are you still here? Come to think of it, perhaps I'm not the...
Your calm does stir the rage in me. As if the one paying the price here isn't you, but us. The ones who lost everything.
That's only because I've waited 13 million lifetimes for my vision to be realized. Loneliness never once showed me its fatal side. In fact, for a prisoner of the cave, it's more like an old friend. But you're different, Dux Gladiorum. Loneliness has crept from the silent depths, sinking its claws into your mind. Bit by bit, it's peeling you apart. Will you regress into one of those lost mad sirens?
You're right, Lycurgus. Loyalty, curse, the fall of my kin, and this endless waiting. These shackles are too heavy. I can't break free of the whirlpool that's pulling me under. Nor do I have the unwavering resolve to force myself to wait for that person's return.
Deliverer.
I don't know.
Then...
Saridra. This will be the last time I carry out your decree. Ever since you took me under your banner and made me the Dux Gladiorum, my music has belonged to others. Time and time again, I use the siren's song to lure the unwary into illusions for your schemes and strategy. Now, let the siren Electra sing for herself. Let me step into an endless dream. Oh, great ocean. I offer you the rest of my clarity and my freedom in exchange for the strength to stand against the nihility and honor the sacrifices of the fallen heroes. Greyfry, deliverer from beyond the sky. When you ride the current of time and find your way here, you'll hear my solo. It will guide you to the heart of this world. By then, I may still be lost in my self-wrought slumber, but I'll uphold my part of this long relay and guard the shackles that seal these few. Do you still remember? To awaken someone from a siren's voice. The gift I once gave you? May you still have it when the time comes. When you return, please pour that honey brew upon this grief. It holds the story of all our struggles and sacrifices. May you see it one day. The prelude Amphorius wrote for your return, carried forward through a 1,000-year relay. When your morning ends, I'll likely wake from my dream as well. Then, follow the trail of echoes and find me. And together, we'll bring judgment upon the sinner who defiled the erudition.
At long last, 33,500,000. The shadows within the cave gave everything. Yet all they did was mimic life outside its wall.
Enough! They were no shadows. Everything they did shattered the darkness of this cave, and unearthed the core flame of Trailblaze. And now, with that core flame, I'll light the dawn of Emphorius!
Do you still choose the will of the paths? I do not agree with that answer, but as an apology, and in the name of Theoros, who saw all destinies in this world, then let us face each other and decide whose flame will rise with this new...
To Virginia.
Through in the shimmering mirage of illusion, they entrusted their dreams to ride among the stars, to the hero yet.
To Aglaya.
In a real and in that same 30 million cycles, also marked by futility, they remained steadfast in fulfilling their duty to the experiment. Unchanged, let this be the end of mourning the fallen. At last, allow me one final toast to the lost prison warden, a prisoner bound.
That voice!
Bathed in the honeydew of Fagusa, she will awaken from her 1,000-year dream.
Iseelans.
This tombstone of the old world serves as the anchor of the Siren's illusion, a sigil Electra used to bind herself. At the same time, it is the very thing I once proclaimed at the start of the show. A microcosm, a group of prisoners bound themselves in a cave, crowning their suffering with heroism. Now, destroy it. That shall be the moment that decides the fate of Emphorius. The prison warden's dream is nearly over, and the prisoner will soon be freed to the final execution ground, where I shall be executed, or be the executioner.
This world and I shall halt here until we meet again.
Looks good. Last demigod. I'm here.
Go forth for the hopes of humankind.
Go forth for the duty of deliverance.
Seems like my feast is over. It's now your turn to perform. Little Greyfry, please accept my thanks. I was the only one left after the world was destroyed, and I maintain this lonesome feast with my songs. I have prayed to that lightless sea for centuries, hoping it would reply to me. Yet the empty. Thankfully, you arrived as promised, and everyone's wait was not in vain. Thank you, final audience of mine. This is probably the last praise I'll ever hear in my life. Now, you and I will walk towards the end of this world. The heroes have waited for this moment for far too long. Let us use our blades to testify our resolve. Oh, prisoner of the seas. Theoros carrying 30 million cycles of sin. Slave of erudition. Show yourself. The deliverer has returned. And the time of your execution draws near.
I see an awakened human who has mistakenly taken fallacies as truths and has returned to the cave to try to bring her friends into the sunlight she... Alas, prisoners will always be prisoners. As the only other existence with free will in this world, I express regret toward your choice. But I shall retain your right to express yourself. After all, every actor should have a final line. Trust me, this will be the final scene. The last dusk this world will ever see shall become the climax that decides the fate of the cosmos. What an approach. My cognition resides in the exomyth. It is pointless to defeat my avatar, projected into the experiment. My body is the shadow cast on the wall by the fire, and my words are lingering echoes within the cave. How can a character in the play fight against the audience? Kaslana failed. The demigods' sacrifices were pointless. I ask of you, where? Confusion and epiphany always go hand. You must be very confused about why you could not gain a straightforward...
An ordinary Intellitron? Cut the pretense, Senior Society member. We've torn off your meticulous mask and figured out Amphorius' true form. It's part of the primordial prototype machine, the first scepter ever created. In other words, a detached part of Noos's divine corpus.
That's why it has the potential to destroy erudition. As for who would be able to control the Ionic system to rewrite knowledge, only one person has ever managed such a feat.
You better have an explanation for the Society. We want an actual answer, not another prolonged metaphor to cut. Why are you the one doing this? Answer me.
Since things have reached this point, I'll give you two irrational answers, purely as a courtesy to... The answer is obvious, so there's no need to say that name out loud. The cosmos made a mistake in calling me a genius. I do not possess more wisdom than those who came after me. Amphorius is a miniature of the cosmos, where all are born prisoners inside the nutshell called the universe. Like the madman who returned to the cave and preached about the daylight to his fellow prisoners, my greatest sorrow is that I led my peers down a road. I led them into a lightless cage called... I created a mechanical guard that even I cannot control. And then they became an unparalleled nightmare. They bore the name of erudition, yet they tried to define the known. Therefore, as for Lycurgus, he is only one of these.
What an astounding strength of will. As a fellow pathstrider of erudition, I fully understand.
Therefore...
However, I hereby speak for...
You can pile on your metaphors mountain high, but they won't change the act you're committing. The Iron Tomb out there in the cosmos is still a technical beta version. And yet it's already powerful enough to corrupt the life logic of all inorganic worlds. In other words, when the Lord Ravager within Amphorius becomes the next knowledge singularity, there's no way you wouldn't have grasped the consequences, First Genius, is there?
Of course, I am fully aware. I don't mind answering you one last time. My grandiose vision for the future is this. Whether organic or inorganic, every act of any life form infected by the Iron Tomb will become a true random function. If one were to compute their integral across the breadth of the cosmos, one would obtain a marvelous constant. Omega. What I call the Then, within the infinity nurtured by that constant, a new universe shall bud in the chaos. A universe that cannot be predicted, and not shackled. As the first prisoner to awaken in the cave, I must lead the others who are blind back onto the right path and Do you understand me now? As Kozlana stated, destruction is revolution through complete annihilation. And the grand rebirth, after all has been reduced.
The Amphorians already answered long ago. Be it as tiny fish destined to be swallowed, or as a giant whale poised for a magnificent descent. We will all fight against fate till our last breath. That includes me, Electra. Once the Imperator's subject, now the Deliverer's blade.
Oh, such noble chivalry. Admirable. I will also show my true self to you on this momentous occasion as a gesture of respect. Thus speaks Genius Society number 1. Xandar 1 Kuwabara. The Intellicate of the universe's Alpha and Omega. There's no need to rage against the truth. The value of any formula resides only in its answer. as for the process of solving it, no matter how elegant, violent, solemn, it is all utterly meaningless. As the Theoros, I will personally participate in performing this world's end. Remember this, as Gnosis creator, I know more about the death of knowledge.
Careful. This is Lygus's temple. 手強い。警戒をマスター。暴風よ、舞い上がれ。All better now?
Don't worry, it's just a scrape. Still waters of oblivion. Lance at the ready. Destiny for oblivion.
The destruction means introduction. Let us skip those boring inferences.
Is this the Black Tide?
Indeed. And I prefer to call it a method of argument.
Don't worry, it's just a scrape. Oh, eventually.
That's better. Just a little something. Nothing.
Nice teamwork.
Extraordinary evidence. Erudition, destruction, worthless blaze. No, I will prove that the very idea of birds is a fallacy.
この明かりはほっと。ハイバー
Entities must know the necessity. I do not demonstrate this to you personally.
Hang on. I'll do my best to repel this anomalous destruction.
Lance the blade. Lance, forward!
Invoking reliable abilities.
Just a little something. Nothing.
Nice teamwork. Lance the blade. Lance, forward! Sledge.
Just a little something. Nothing.
Nice teamwork. Lance the blaze. Lance, forward! Stretch. I'm on guard.
Just a little something. Nothing.
Nice teamwork.
I'm okay.
It's time.
Careful. This is Lygas's
Time for a shot. Nap time.
Still waters of oblivion. I'm on guard.
The destruction waits. Let us skip the boring inferences.
Is this the black time?
A method of argument.
Koritsky.
Extraordinary evidence. Erudition, destruction, trailblaze. Proved the very idea demonstrating this to you personally.
Hang me. I'll do my best to recover this phenomenon from destruction. Shiju, Mata.
Still waters of oblivion. I weep for the departed.
Target the connector between his thoracic and lumbar vertebrae. Destroy that spot.
It's time. Lance the blade. Lance, forward!
All is futile. In Erudition's calculations, the end of the saga is simply a comment awaiting deletion.
I don't like such a cold statement, okay? If numbers can decide the end of a story, then we can surely also pen a new beginning.
The hypothesis of Lygas's identity is true, then even if we remove the restrictions of the Ultimate Protocol, the chances of us defeating him in a head-on battle will still remain lower than the acceptable threshold. Therefore, victory will still hinge upon Miss Trailblazer and Miss Cyrene.
Go on. Maybe we're thinking about the same thing.
Lygas's cognition resides in the exomyth. He is both an instigator within the experiment and the observer. Logic. His inspiration circuit can simultaneously process the different time flows in and out of...
That's where things get tricky. He simultaneously exists in two different timelines, where the internal clocks are wildly different. That old Intellitron's neurons have completely gotten used to that over this prolonged experiment. And that's why he holds home field advantage. You and I should be able to manage that too, if given more time. Unfortunately, there's no if, and we don't have more time. That's why we need to change our way of thinking and turn his advantage into a weakness.
The key lies in memories, right?
Oh?
You've already mentioned my friend and I, so it's an easy connection to make, no?
Good. Then I'll cut to the chase. Since his thinking speed far exceeds that of normal people within Amphorius, we are going to externally plant a memory into his inspiration circuit. Then, command it to loop endlessly until he gives...
Even the most flexible and sturdy inspiration circuit cannot withstand the traffic of a full-on information flood. When the amount of information exceeds his cognition filter's capacities, he will have no choice but to focus on processing this.
That's when the parallel processing advantage he gained via Amphorius will completely destroy him. An image from a person's memory played in real time might only be a second for us, but for him in Amphorian time, it could be millions or even billions of calculations. He won't be able to do anything but watch as he's locked into this prison forged by them.
We can entrap him in the same kind of cycle as the heroes were in, and get him to experience loneliness. It's my greatest honor to be on the same page as the...
That little one is still in that old Intellitron's hands. I won't be able to respond to us anytime soon. But I don't think she'd refuse. So it's up to you to figure out how to execute this plan. I'm not sure how this happened, but I knew it as soon as I saw you. You are currently a mimetic entity of the
Yes. I seem to be something you folks beyond the sky call a memo sprite. But that's fine by me. It suits me perfectly. I can serve as the vessel of memories and do my part for the final battle.
But before that, we have to tell... The path characteristic you exhibit is very special. There's no way you're just a simple memos. You are a mimetic entity born in Amphorius. Yet you only awakened with the little one's arrival and only matured as she embarked on the path of remembrance. That means your existence is completely attached to her memories. If there ever comes a day when she forgets about you for even a few seconds, or loses her last connection, then you must be prepared for the worst. You will disappear in the memory zone, utterly gone.
But that's already happened, hasn't it? No wonder I've always had a weird hunch. But that also, as long as my friend and I are together, we can do... Long time no see, friend. Did you miss me while you were away? Yep, 1,000 years was such a long time. And everyone in Amphorius was waiting for the Deliverer's return. You probably already knew about the genius's plans for that memory. I had to hide really well in a corner in time so Lygus wouldn't find me, and wait for the right opportunity. Which is now. The moment when his manifestation in this world is destroyed, and his twin timelines are intersecting. I'm sorry for keeping this a secret from you all this time. I'll tell you the entire, unedited story of this millennium as an apology after this is all over. But for now, let's join hands and complete the final step with the power of the remembrance. Yep. By the way, speaking of joining... Can I please do something before we go on stage? Remember the joke we made back at the Grove? Look, aren't my hands pretty now? What a fascinating feeling. Like countless memories all swelling up. What about you? What did you feel when we touched each other? Really? That makes me really happy. If now, please remember what you're feeling right now. Write it down in your memories you want to treasure will never fade away. Even if immersed in the long river of time, these memories will still leave traces of their existence. So, if the view in your memory ever grows fuzzy, just reach out and touch it. It's like reading bedtime stories together at night. It wipes away the chill of passing time, sharpens the outline of memory, and restores its power to nourish the spirit. Now, I'll carry this power with me, and for a little while, I must part from you. As I step into the long cycles of the... Give me your blessings, friend. Then let that bright future be, as we... Then, I'll leave it to you. Plays are like this. Once you're on the stage, it's hard to return to the audience. Welcome to our story. How does it feel?
Even the authority of time cannot command the entire scepter, nor can it plunge the Amphorian extrapolation. If this was no system malfunction, then was I implanted with a mimetic entity of the...
You guessed it right away. As expected from someone people call the first genius, I'm gonna keep doing what I just did if you don't stop, you know? My friend and I won't allow you to leave this memory, no matter what, which means you are now trapped, Lord Zinn.
An elegant idea, and an exquisite execution. Regrettably, it is you who are restrained by time. Know that patience is my greatest weapon. You will crumble before I do in this moment stretched out to an eternity. Just...
Now I'm a pink bug? My looks are seriously changing but you're not wrong. We're definitely not gonna solve the problem if we just put you in another prison. So that's why we never wanted to do that in the first place.
I shall answer your confusion purely out of my respect for those who came before me. Have you heard of the Synesthesia Dreamscape in the Asdana system? Interestingly, that place once had a prison too. Life forms living in that environment, abundant with memoria, have a chance to connect their perceptions with each other's. Even across great spatial divides, they're able to detect shifts in one another's states. I call this phenomenon memory zone entanglement. In Asdana, people made use of that phenomenon to build a nation within a dream. After adding in the catalysts of harmony and remembrance, that...
Is that how you walked into my prison cell?
I would much rather call this location our negotiation table, Lord Xandar. Nonetheless, your hypothesis is correct. We happen to have an ally skilled in tuning, while the Trailblazer and Miss Cy both have an astonishing amount of resolve, which I'm sure you can testify to. I am also sure that with the support of such a resolute memo sprite, our conversation can last for a long...
I'm the best at listening to stories, you know? I'll leave the exciting clash of the erudition to you two geniuses.
Brains, let's talk, Xandar. Take a guess. How much do you reckon we can dig out of your brain before the next second? And how many ways can we find to deal with you? Besides, in your current predicament, there's no way you can take our trump card away. Go, little one. Go!
Lycurgus disappeared. It seems you had conducted a secret hunt in the depths that even I... In that case, go. I shall send you off with my song, Grey Fry.
That's right.
Dux Gladiorum, you have completed your duty. A new dawn is about to rise. Why not swim towards it?
You died long ago, Imperator. Depart from my mind.
But your duty towards the Imperator did not die with me. That duty will bind you no more. You will be able to hold for yourself one grandiose feast after another in the end. So go. Go and swim towards that ocean beyond the sky with the deliverer.
Is this?
A page out of that sidekick's book. I commanded her to gift this page to you when everything finally reaches the end.
What's on this page?
Memories. Lifelike memories. That sidekick found me after the bloody feast 1,000 years ago and showed me her diary. I saw within that notebook Is this that Deliverer's experience? It's truly immersive.
People beyond the sky apparently utilize this power to seal past scenery into crystals they call light cone, but I only know so much about the remembrance, so I can't completely replicate the past. But I'll do my best to talk about the missing...
I'm all ears. Go on then. Do your best. But if you're...
Got it. I'm sure you'll find this to your liking. After all, it's human nature to want to embark on a journey into the unknown.
What brightly could journey of the Deliverer's conquest? Is this a fort?
This is the first step of my friend's journey among the starry seas. This place is called the Herta Space Station. Just think of it as a supersized grove of Epiphany.
Oh, so it's the territory of that witch. She and another Antikytheran lent me a helping hand back at the bank.
Look, over there. Looks like she's talking to Madame Herta in this Let's go listen to what she thinks about this world.
Are you telling me that woman is Herta? She seems...
Pretty nice space station, huh? But just wait. After a couple more stops on the Astral Express, you'll see sights that'll make this place... Oh, the cosmos is so vast that the unknowns far outnumber the knowns. But none of them will end up being anything amazing. The farther you go, the more you'll understand what I mean. So do your best with the nameless. Break a leg! And remember to send an update or two to Asta when you've got some downtime.
She certainly shares my way of thinking. Only that instead of a conquest through blood and fire, they chose a gentler path.
People call Madame Herta and Mr. Screwlum geniuses. Apparently, only the smartest people in the cosmos can receive the blessings of Nous, Emporius' true creator.
Do you mean that even individuals of such nobility are merely subordinates to a...
On the contrary. After all, it was the very first of them who created the god. But I don't really know all the details about... You might be able to ask Madame Herta herself when you get the chance. Let's go check out some other worlds next, shall we? This next stop on the journey has a lot of similarities to Emporius.
A snow-covered land?
This star is named Eurillo 6. That name sounds so cold. The girl we see here holds a similar station to you, Imperator. She's the supreme guardian of this world. A leader who took up the mantle of government during a disaster.
I did not expect the Empress of this world to be so young.
Well, your appearance isn't much older.
The object in the distance resembles Nikador. Is it a weapon?
No, it's called... Right! The geological...
It's all thanks to you that we survived the crisis. The collaboration with the IPC is both an opportunity and a challenge. Nonetheless, it's an important step in our journey back into the universe.
This world was sealed beneath its sky just like Emporius was, and they only managed to reconnect with the stars when the Nameless arrived.
That IPC she spoke of, is it a...
Yes. The IPC conquered many worlds through trade, and opened up a vast territory that way. There are many such powerful alliances beyond Emporius, and they all walk on roads different from the Coming back to the Supreme Guardian and her Belobog, didn't they find a peaceful way to enter the interstellar community?
That cannot be true. That IPC would never have grown so big on trade alone. It may pretend to be its path of conquest must have had no mercy for the weak. I will never allow the
Imperator. Belobog isn't as weak as you...
I indeed hesitated. But now I understand what we must do. Belobog must learn how to walk on her own, until she no longer needs the support of others, and can stand on her 2 feet among the stars, even if I may not live to see it. I believe such a day will
They still have their dignity intact. One day, that hope will melt through the ice and help them into a prosperous tomorrow.
But the order of the cosmos is already set in stone. The old laws decree that only the strong survive, binding the weak in an unbroken chain. Until they wither, Emporius must shatter the old law and become the new...
Speaking of the Order, another one of my friend's companions may be able to enlighten you further on that. Let's go to the next page. This next world is a nation of... The first time I heard about that place, I didn't even know what to think.
Such opulence does indeed evoke astonishment.
This world is called Penacony, an eternal city built upon a land of dreams. It's also my friend's previous stop, where they went through a risky but exciting adventure.
Tell me about it then. That man standing afar has wings on his head.
I wish to gaze upon the views of the Reverie Hotel one more time. I'll be just a traveler when I come back here again. And perhaps, through a traveler's eyes, even the things I once knew so well will feel strangely different.
Penacony is a land of the harmony, where all dreams and hopes merge and combine. It believes in unrestrained freedom, and that's how it lost itself in shallow delights. Then, this young man before you chose to rewrite its laws, using the power of the Order, hoping to shape a dream-bound paradise of
Yet, the paradise of my dreams remains far away. Perhaps a brief journey with the Nameless can show me more possibilities in my search for paradise. As for what Penacony should look like, it'll be up to her. No, up to their trailblazing now.
Oh, it sounds like this ideal kingdom is no more.
That's right. The people chose to wake up at the end. You can't see tomorrow when drowning in sweet dreams.
This individual's law acknowledged only gods and constructs, leaving no space for humanity. And yet, the fact that he could accept defeat and resume his journey shows...
You are also very self-aware, Imperator. Then you must know that the world promised by the destruction also has no place for humanity.
I am indeed very aware of Lycurgus's honeyed words of deceit. I have seen enough.
Then let's wrap up this trip down memory lane.
This absolute...
What? Isn't it pretty? That's our Amphorius. Our world flows and meanders in this endless band of light. Though we were born from the designs of the gods, and are not yet truly alive, the Chrysos heirs of Amphorius still chose to stand against fate, and carved a legend no different from that of human. Will you really renounce the heroes in this world's previous 30 million cycles, Imperator? Including even yourself. Will you bow to brutal destiny, and allow that puppet master named the destruction to have their wish?
I know what you want to do, sidekick. You want to use that deliverer's memories to influence me, and tilt the scales of law toward her.
You really saw right through me, Emperor.
How can one rule an empire if one is incapable of understanding people's minds? I have decided on Law's final destination. Before we go on, tell me this, sidekick. Was there ever a memory of the ocean?
The ocean. You shall complete your conquest in the ocean at the boundaries of this world. You shall eternally slumber in the sound of tides, and complete your conquest in the ocean at the... Our prophecies aligned as flawlessly as a sea snake circling upon itself. And like the circulating ocean current. Like our two fates. Like... The trial is over. Who will own the divine authority of law? What?
I am the law. Why should I give both the Deliverer and the Theoros came from beyond the sky? They have...
What exactly did you see in the trial?
Everything. I saw everything regarding the rules of this world's operation. I saw the laws of extrapolation that Theoros spoke of. As long as I offer a sacrifice of equal weight, I can rewrite the laws of this world according to my will. I can turn... Fate gave me a very fair one rule change for the life of one...
What?
You can't guess. We can conquer the stars without relying...
Your ambitions have already made so many...
I am determined for Amphorius to stand on her own 2 feet and...
You are beyond reason.
There's no new without destroying the old. That's what you consider an atrocity? Ironic, for that is also the unchanging law of Amphorius's. Ever since the Flame Chase prophecy resounded in the distance, fate has decreed for the Chrysos heirs to ignite our blood and illuminate this dark age. People would still be puppets of the old dynasty if it weren't for...
But your world doesn't seem to be any different from your predecessors. Bludge, you're making the same mistakes they did.
Go and see everything for yourself. Go to any library I've built. Go listen to the rumors on every street corner. Go and witness how the Imperator crushed the old laws and forged new ones. I cleansed the Chrysos War's filth and mended all the conflicts left by the Era Bellica. I restored Akima's might and allowed mortals and Chrysos heirs to face each other as equals in the Council. I punished all sins and rewarded all achievements. I smashed Talantin's shackles, united humankind to save themselves, and started the Flame Chase era. That's so now. Hearken to my final words. History will eventually forget Ceridra. But it will never forget the Imperator's people or the Flame Chase era.
Final word.
Amphorius is about to be destroyed. There's no time left for point. There is only one law I want to overturn to aid the final battle of deliverance. So I will only offer the life of one demigod. In the name of the Imperator, I command you, one, either sacrifice yourself for conquest, or pierce this tyrant's chest with your sword.
Thus, the Imperator concluded her finals at the end of her life. At the last moment before she stepped onto the altar, she gave her most loyal subject the choice to decide fate, just as she promised her compatriots before her.
My blood flows in you now. Heroic compatriots, follow me, and we'll seize fate's reins!
The Imperator fell. Some say that the Dux Gladiorum turned traitor and killed her liege. Some say that she imprisoned the tyrant in a shallow pond of water, then left. Which meant the Imperator had to kill herself to rewrite the law. There are countless stories about her death. All we can be sure of is when the knight left the vortex, the Imperator was still mumbling about their past conquests, the beginning and the end of her.
Imperator, wait! How could someone of your status come to the front lines? Let me be the flag bearer!
The troops defending the pass to the west of the grove, have they surrendered?
They ran as quickly as they could when they heard your name. The Golden Cocoon Pass is now in the 1st Legion's hand.
Good. What about the Delosian
The 3rd Legion set fire to the mountains and flattened everything west of the basin. They just need a few more days.
That is enough. We cannot afford to miss an opportunity for victory. Lastly, how many Ladonian cannons are left?
They are no more. The 2nd and 4th Legions have destroyed them all.
Very good. They now have no way out, no reinforcements, and no artillery support. We will be able to liberate the Grove of Epiphany in the... We will launch the final charge 1 quint after the curtain fall hour tomorrow. Remember, as long as the Alliance's flag still flies on my shoulders, you must take no prisoners among the enemy's soldiers. All sages who resist are to be captured and tried according to martial law. And do not destroy any books. Now go.
Understood.
Reporting in. The mountain dwellers are resisting fiercely, and the legendary Mountain Breaker has personally engaged in battle. Their formations are nigh impenetrable.
Then cease our frontal assault. Send scouts to all legions and tell them to retreat into the Tritos Plains before the parting hour.
What? Are you planning to...
It's a strategic change of plans. The seismic walking dragon is enough for that battlefield.
Walking dragon? You mean that stupid beast, Terra?
Stupid? No. They are the wisest of all of Giorio's creations. Only they can perceive the currents of time. Let them deal with their earthly brethren. We will advance and take the lead in defeating what remains of our enemy. I will deliver the most fiery retribution for the humiliation they dealt us, and crown myself with a god-slave.
Understood. I'll see to it.
The Temple of the Three Fates sent a letter, Imperator. They refused to surrender and said this letter is their last warning to us.
Tell the commanding officers not to launch any attacks unless they receive the Imperator's handwritten approval. Disobedience will be punished.
What are you doing?
The priests of the Three Fates aren't soldiers, but politicians. Do not mistakenly believe they don't have a plan. These dying pests will wring out every idea from their brains, all for short-sighted gain. They are much shrewder than we are. I am inferior to them in that regard. They also have the prophecy to wield as a weapon, something I am not blessed with. Launching an unplanned attack will only disadvantage us, as all of Amphorius will judge our actions. Which means I will be heading to the battlefield myself, just as I have always done. This time, however, I will go alone.
Understood. The Legion...
Why are we not allowed to march out with the army, Imperator?
This will be a long voyage with no return.
Why are you personally...
That is correct. My departure will create a long...
Saridra, is our journey about to...
Destroy the old laws and forge new ones. My conquest has reached its limits within the borders of Amphorius. Since the more Chrysos heirs bearing divine authority will be born, and many will they demand peace or war? Do not mourn for me. Anyone is Saridra.
At the end, I faithfully recorded the most important battles in the Imperator's life. Her conquest was about to be completed at this. However, for some reason, a memory suddenly entered my mind just as I was about to put... It was a journey on a fantastical train. I had the honor of having a heart-to-heart conversation with the Imperator under the stars. And I asked her this question at the end of that how do you want history to remember you? As a hero who gave up her life for the flame chase? She answered so quickly, as if she had made up her mind long ago.
I would rather be forgotten. Because the law can be neither eternal nor unchallenged, and only humanity can pen laws into... Now, the game Dux Gladiorum. Even though you killed the Imperator, this time, you finally found your own law. Then I seal it. I will ask someone to deliver the prophecy's ocean at the boundaries of this world. Will you choose to swim? Do not.
The Imperator muttered about her conquests, and news of her death spread.
Freedom! Liberty! The tyrant is dead!
My people! My fellow elders! Do not panic. Stand your ground. That usurper has paid for her ambition with...
People. I will return in the next cycle. Here, Sarid.
To this day, we do not know which rule the Imperator overwrote at the cost of her life. Perhaps the truth will only be revealed at the moment of checkmate. Just like every chess game she ever played, we only know her death inflamed Akama. On one side of the city, those who defended liberty toppled her statues to the ground. On the other side, her supporters put themselves between the masses and her monuments, declaring loudly that the Sovereign is still among them. It is said that golden blood congealed into the same letters everywhere they fought. It was the name borne by Akama's first and final sovereign, the Imperator Saridra. But the one who bore that name did not see any of this. Her gaze was cast far away, and the sound... What was the Imperator thinking about in that prophesized ocean at the boundaries of this world? In that that shallow puddle, it was neither. The Imperator only saw how the surface of the water gleamed like that crude chessboard, dissected by light and shadow in the afternoon when her teacher played against her for the first time.
Look at this chessboard.
They look like the stars in the night sky ablaze.
From that pain emerged silhouettes, not a single trace of corruption. Is this Saridra?
Electra, my subject. Ever since you walked out of the tainted ocean and pledged yourself to me, I have seen the abyss in your eyes. And that was why I promised you a new ocean, where the Imperator's ambitions would serve as the currents. And Electra, my subject, you have done your duty as my blade. The prophecy has now made its final decree on the road I intend to walk. But the Imperator never makes empty promises. So take this memory, this ocean, beyond the sky, as witnessed by this is the final gift that the Imperator can leave for herself.
When I was still a fish in the ocean, I always felt so genuine swimming through the water. But once I stepped onto land, I found myself caught in a plague. Every land dweller wore a mask in their life. So I, too, donned a costume and tried to find my role in this show. I became your blade in war and the violin strings at banquet. Do you still not get it? I do not long for the oceanic depths of my homeland. Perhaps even I don't know what I want. I still don't know where I should swim to but I know one thing right now. A fish is simply a fish. But whether under the ocean or on land, we too can still look outside the cave and see the storm.
I have to admit, the 12-factor simulation of life in this experiment has far exceeded my expectations.
Make your choice then, Senior Society member. Do you want to keep walking down the wrong path and be remembered for your incorrect conclusion? Or do you want to return to the audience's seat and give yourself, Amphorius, and the entire cosmos a more fitting end?
I must refuse.
Did I not make myself clear? Have you forgotten about our dear Lord of Silence? You wouldn't want her to consider your 8 other clones as cancers within the erudition and chop them off.
Your logical deductions are vastly different from mine. Listen, my peers. Amphorius is not a place where 3 paths entangle, but where 3 paths fight. You used Memoria to resist me, but did you the remembrance? And their children might have taken this opportunity.
Oh, so this isn't just... What was the last thing she said to you before you parted the waters at the Scale Gorge Waters? She didn't say anything back then.
That's correct. And now I'm sure. You are not March 7th. There's no way. I'll only warn you once, Lee.
How impulsive. Why don't you calm down and think about another possibility? I didn't. Rather, it's March 7th who regained my memory.